Good morning. There's something I really want to talk about with Pokemon in particular. And I kind of just woke up and saw Charlie's video, Moist Critical, talking about how he was kind of berated by the Pokemon fandom for thinking that Pokemon Legends ZA doesn't look very good. And I kind of just want to watch some of the stuff through the video and give some of my thoughts on it. But I tend to agree with him. And I've been a long-time Pokemon fan. I played Pokemon Red on my Game Boy Color. Probably not when it came out. It was probably early 2000s. I don't know. I don't have a great memory when it comes to stuff that far back. But, you know, I've been a Pokemon fan for a long time. And I think there are some valid criticisms that we can get into with this series, especially considering that it is like the most profitable IP around. So let's take a watch on some of these things.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism Tower stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas.
It's just, I think it's really unacceptable that it still looks so bad. When are we going to learn our lesson, right? Scarlet and Violet was bad. If you compare it to any other game, it was bad. It looks bad. It performs bad. I couldn't even play it. I haven't really enjoyed a Pokemon game in a long time other than Legends Arceus because it felt fresh and new and it was a good game and it didn't crash or bug out all the time. I mean, it still had its problems, as everybody knows, but it was still a good game. But this is not what we wanted as a follow-up from Pokemon Arceus.
These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner.
Where the fuck is Cyndaquil? Okay? What is this?
Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
I give a shit
You'll
about
choose
Tepig.
one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants.
And maybe the city idea could be really cool if it looked really good. But it doesn't. It's going to be shitty textures and Pokemon pop in from everywhere. Just like Charlie said in his video, 2 Pokemon on the screen, and then like the further you walk, the more spawn in. It's ass. We deserve better as Pokemon fans. This series deserves to have a good game. Like a groundbreaking game. Why are we settling for this?
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny. The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc.
Whoa.
You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO, Jet, and her secretary, Vinny.
Okay.
The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
Okay, sure it will.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city
These
has
wild
set up
zones-
wild zones. These areas,
They better
located
be huge.
throughout Lumiose,
They don't
give
look
wild
very big.
Pokemon habitats
What is this?
where
Like
they
a
can thrive.
1x1 square on the roof? You know, not this, but
To
what
catch
it
one
just
of these
showed a
wild
second ago.
Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time
Like this.
catching one,
That doesn't look like a very big area. And do you like hop from roof to roof? Are you going to be able to fly? I mean, these are just, you know, questions we don't have the answer to, right? But this just looks not good. I don't know. Look at this building. Look at this roof over here.
have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon
Okay,
battling
let's
not
talk about
seen
the
in
battling.
previous titles. Moves can have a long
Let's talk about the battling. I think this is bad. This is a bad move. Pokemon is supposed to be turn-based. I don't know. Keep this stuff to like, what was that fighting Pokemon game they released? I don't know what one I'm talking about. But you know that one that was on like the Wii U. It was weird. I mean, it has its place, I guess, but Pokemon doesn't feel like Pokemon to me if it's not turn-based. I'm willing to give something like this a shot. Maybe this could be really cool. But I don't think it needs this. I don't think it needs this kind of innovation. Turn-based is a good formula. Okay? What we need is innovation in terms of draw distance and texture resolution and animation, you know?
longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
So, I've got kind of a controversial opinion on Mega Evolutions. You know, growing up with Pokemon, when they started introducing like Mega Evolutions and you know, the stones that they had in the last couple, it's fine, right? It kind of feels gimmicky to me. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I don't have a hard and fast opinion on that. Out of all of those, I think Mega Evolution was certainly the coolest. You know, like this Charizard looks badass, right? And I'm cool with that. But just stop switching them around, you know? Just stay with Mega Evolutions. We don't need, you know... I can't even remember what the fuck they're called. Let's look it up really quick. What are they called? It doesn't really matter, but... Oh, Gigantamax. Yeah. Just leave it at Mega Evolutions. We don't need all these different stupid names for it when it all is essentially the same thing. Just call it Mega Evolution and be done with it. Maybe that's a controversial opinion, but I don't know.
When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Megastone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change shape.
See, that's
It'll
pretty
unlock
cool.
a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor.
I think the best thing about this, probably...
As Lumiose continues
will be
its
the battle.
transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences.
Look at that texture. This green thing is sitting on the ground from like an ATV game on PS1.
Will await you. Pokemon Legends ZA. Coming late
Okay.
2025.
So, I think the fact that Pokemon fans are so, like, defending of Pokemon. Listen, I love Pokemon. Same as a lot of other people. But if we don't take a stand on these things, it's just going to go the same way that every other company is going, where they're giving us just worse and worse games over time until eventually people will stop buying it. You know, if it gets bad enough, people will stop buying the games. You know, I mean, Pokemon is kind of too big to fail at this point, but we need to not buy these games when they're going to be bad. Okay, we need to not buy it immediately. Don't pre-order it. Wait for it to come out and see what it's like. I made that mistake with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I went out and bought one day one. I think it was Pokemon Violet. And we couldn't even play it. It wouldn't even run properly on an original Switch. Now, I know some people it worked fine, but not on ours.
Last night on stream, I watched the moving forward. Arceus was the first time in a long time I had actual optimism for Game Freak delivering a high-quality Pokemon experience. And back when I reviewed it, I actually caught a lot of shit for being so positive on it, because it did have flaws, but I thought all of the... even embarking on your zygotic adventure... You just have the same fucking copy and pasted JPEG buildings, and you'll just go through and then you'll see a couple Pokemon spawn, and that's it. You don't even have...
Yeah, I mean, I've already kind of touched on some of this
Game
stuff.
Freak has really went into the lab, and they worked tirelessly night and day to reinvent Pokemon, combat from the ground.
We don't need to reinvent Pokemon, It's fine the way that it is. We just need it to improve. We don't need to go on these crazy tangents out to this weird stuff. So anyway, this is Snake Man Jake. Just putting some of my thoughts out there. See ya.